Welcome everyone to another video of Vinyl Addict. This is Chili and this is another soundtrack. This is my weekly series on a soundtrack a week, and this week it's Friday, the 1995 comedy film starring Ice Cube, which he wrote and directed, with Chris Tucker, who played Smokey. So I'm going to get into this. Before that, just don't forget to hit the like button and the share and subscribe if you haven't yet. And so let's get into this. Friday was a comedy film that Ice Cube wrote. It was very successful, and this was done on Priority Records, and the compilation that he has here is really cool, of artists who were popular at the time as far as hip-hop goes. Cypress Hill is on here, Dr. Dre, who he used to be in a band with called NWA, of course, and he kind of broke away from NWA and went on Death Row, and they started working together, which was cool. So Keep Their Heads Ringing was the big hit from here. That was a Dr. Dre song, which contains an interpolation of the sequences Funk You Up, which was a 1980 Sugar Hill Gang label hit from the sequence. The song Friday, the title cut on here, is really cool by Ice Cube. That song actually had a lot of beef with Cypress Hill, because Cypress Hill claimed that the lyric on Friday, throw your neighborhood up in the air, was stolen from them, which was throw your set up in the air. So there was a little beef going on with that. But other than that, I mean, there's Funk Dubious, The Alcoholics, which was really cool. I had a lot of their albums, 21 and Up. That was a good album from them. Scarface from Ghetto Boys is on here, Friday Night. And there's also classic bands here from the 70s, soul bands. So you got the Isley Brothers on here. You got Rose Royce with I Want to Get Next to You. Rick James does Mary Jane. That was from his first album. And that was a very pivotal part in the film. Craig, played by Ice Cube, gets fired on his day off, and Smokey is there to help him celebrate and not feel so depressed, and smoke some weed, and Mary Jane comes on. Who else is on here? Roger from Zapp. I heard it through the grapevine. And Two Live Crew. They were popular in the day. They were the band that was censored and all that kind of stuff because their music was deemed too offensive and nasty and all that stuff. So just to give you a timeline of where we're at. Friday became like a little franchise. They had 2 more other films next Friday, and the third Friday, which was a Christmas film, which didn't really do too well, but there's been talks that there was going to be another one with the return of Chris Tucker. We'll find out if that ever materializes. The other soundtracks they're okay. The next Friday one, but this one is pretty much for me the best one. Compiling all these hip hop acts and the mix with the 70s soul music. There's later on in the 90s, there was just so many movies where hip-hop artists would be making films, and then their soundtracks would come out and just be a whole bunch of just different unknown hip-hop artists, and just to put hip-hop artists and on compilations and whatnot. But they weren't as good as this one. There was like Fresh, that had I think Tupac starred in that movie. What was some other ones, like the ones with like Queen Latifah? She had some movies out and everything. So this is something Ice Cube started, though. Being a hip hop artist himself and then going into the films and whatnot. But this was one of my favorites, and so this is the soundtrack of the week, Friday. They haven't reissued this one yet. Hopefully they will. This is an old copy of mine. It's just been through a lot, as you can see. But hopefully they'll reissue this and till next time, till next video comes up on the next soundtrack, I try to like look at my soundtracks and try to like put out different ones each time that kind of just from different types of films and everything. And I haven't, showcased a hip hop one, and so Friday was like the perfect one. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe if you haven't yet. Until then, take care.